Glenn Healy's our NHL insider, and he joins us on the Jeff Blair Show. That was remarkable, to say the least. Glenn, it was one of those once. I don't know if anybody ever goes into a game thinking that they're going to see another team score 5 goals in a period. And I was kind of watching the game out of the corner of my eye while I was finishing off work at the Air Canada Center. But I kind of got the impression after it was 2-0. I'm thinking this. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be 5-0, but this first period isn't over. There's going to be a lot more goals there. Anaheim they just looked stunned, didn't they?
Well, when I played Edmonton in the 80s, I expected 5 in the first period. Okay.
Yeah, that was a bad period. That was with Gretzky only taking 3 shifts, for God's sake.
We would sit in between the first and the second and go, it wasn't 7, and we still have our health. Yes, those are good times. You think about like 5 points for Draisaitl. Gretzky did that 9 times in the playoffs.
I know.
5 points. My gosh.
I know. We forget. Well, it's not that we forget how good he is, but you know what? You just with Wayne Gretzky, you just go, yeah, he's the greatest. Yeah, he's the greatest. Yeah, he's the greatest. You don't even look at the numbers. But then when you look at the numbers and you do start comparing, you go, my God, I haven't seen this before. Well, yeah, actually, Wayne Gretzky did it 9 times.
9 times. Here we go. You know what? That's a pretty quiet flight home to Anaheim, I can tell you. I'm sure there's a lot of soul searching going on with that group. It was a beating, absolute thumping. And you know, hey, we tried to make it a little bit of a show where we showed, you know, the miracle on Manchester and you know, tried to make it look like it's not over yet. Stay tuned. No, it's over.
Yeah.
20 minutes, it's all it took. So it was as good a complete game as you're going to get from a team. But I agree with you. The Anaheim Ducks have got to be wondering, what do we do next?
You know, we talked a couple of weeks ago about Leon Draisaitl, and actually I remember you talking about him a little earlier in the season as well, and how this was a guy, you know, kind of keep an eye on. It was all about Connor McDavid, and that's great. But, you know, you watch him play, and Glenn, there are some guys who look like they're built for the playoffs. And my thinking is, before Leon Draisaitl's career is over, this guy's going to have a ton of playoff points, because he looks like he just develops an extra edge to him in the postseason.
Yeah, and it's everything you kind of want from that type of player.
Sure.
You know, at what point is he going to start playing center?
Mm-hmm.
Once he starts that, was he Joel Otto-like? Is he going to be that kind of player?
That's the guy I'm thinking of.
And to me, I mean, that just almost completes their team in so many different ways. But it was a player that, you know, I'd heard whispers that last year teams were knocking on the door. Hey, would you think about Draisaitl for a trade? And the inside answer I got from their group was not a chance, no chance. So they made their moves. The Taylor Hall, see you later, and they're probably not done with some of the younger guys yet. But that was a young guy that they were not moving on from. And you start to slide, you know, and he's still just a kid. Like, he's going to grow into that body. He's going to get stronger and faster, and he's not even where he's going to be when he completes his development. So good news for anyone in Edmonton that, you know, timing's everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can still recall when there was, I think, 12 or 13 picks left to go in that expansion or the draft for the lottery, and the Leafs were the number one chance to get Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
The worst was Edmonton, and Edmonton got him. Then they get a new building, and then they've got what they've got now. And now they have momentum in a series that could take them right to Final Four. That's pretty good. That's a good ascension, that's for sure.